We've been waiting 2 months for the special customer update, but I'm not a patient man, so I just DM'd the developer himself and asked for a few sneak peeks, and thankfully, he hooked me up. That's right, the dev personally sent me a look at what's coming next in Schedule 1, and honestly, it's got me pretty hyped. We're talking about the roving special customer groups, brand new crews of customers that travel into town, buy your drugs in bulk, pay bonuses for the good stuff, and sell you exclusive items you literally can't get anywhere else. Now, before I get into the nitty gritty, I gotta throw out this disclaimer. None of this is final. This is all early, behind the scenes stuff, so numbers can change, features could get cut, and some of it might look completely different by the time the update actually drops. This is just what they're planning right now. Oh, and he even teased that there's a few other things coming that he didn't want to spoil. So let's get into it. First, let's talk about why Tyler is even adding this update. Because every good update is trying to solve a problem, and this one's actually got a few problems that it's solving. The first goal was to add variety. Let's be real, once you get past the early game, things get a little stale. You've got your routes, you've got your customers, you know exactly what's going to happen every single day, and the game kind of turns into a spreadsheet simulator. Special customers are designed to shake things up. They show up randomly, they want different effects every time, and they make the mid to late game feel unpredictable again. The second goal is money. This is meant to be a whole new revenue source for the mid to late game. Bulk sales and a way to make serious cash that isn't just tied to unlocking more customers. Third, Tyler told me that he wants to incentivize mixing, because these groups don't just want any product. They want specific effects on their specific drugs, and they're gonna pay you extra for them. So if you've been slinging plain old weed with zero effort, these customers are gonna make you actually fire up those mixing stations. And finally, they're giving us a way to offload excess product. If you're anything like me, you've got closets and shelves absolutely stuffed with backstock that you can't move fast enough. My builds are so efficient that I produce more product in a single day than I can sell in an entire week. But thankfully, these groups are gonna buy in bulk, so they're the perfect way to clear out that inventory and turn it all into cold hard cash. Now, all these new customers are gonna be pulling up to Highland Point in a bunch of various vehicles, but me, I'm gonna be pulling up in a tank, because this video is sponsored by War Thunder. War Thunder is the most action-packed, free-to-play battle simulator ever. That's right, choose from one of thousands of faithfully designed and simulated tanks or planes and take part in epic land and sky battles. With the X-ray feature, you'll be able to see exactly how far you've inverted someone's cranium when you finally take that perfect shot. Arcade battles get you in the action quick. Realistic battles are great for practicing your skills, and simulator battles give you the most realistic and true-to-life fights, perfect for joystick and VR. It's the perfect time to get into the game as well. New players and returning players who have been inactive for 6 months or more can use my link in the description to receive 10,000 Silver Lions, 7 days of premium access, and the new tank for 10 battles. Sign up today and dominate the battlefield in War Thunder. Now let's get back to the leaks. So there's the why. Now let's get into the who. As of right now, there are going to be 4 special customer groups that are coming to Highland Point. We've got the hippies, we've got the businessmen, we've got the bikers, and last, but absolutely not least, we have the party bus people. Each one of these groups is its own little traveling crew, with its own vibe, its own taste in product, and its own stuff to sell you. That's right, the special customers will also have some cool stuff for you to buy as well. But here's how you actually sell to these guys. These customers will travel into town periodically, no matter what level you are. So even a fresh save can technically get a visit on day 1. But, and this is a big but, there is a catch. Each group only buys 1 or 2 specific drug types, and they buy them exclusively. So the hippies might only want weed, the businessmen might only want coke, maybe the bikers only want meth, and the party bus people only want shrooms. What that means is until you can actually manufacture the product that a group wants, that group is basically locked. They'll roll into town still, sure, but if you can't make what they're buying, you're just standing there watching a bus full of money drive right past you. So if you want to take advantage of every single traveling group, you're going to need a diverse drug empire. No more one-trick pony operations. You're not going to be able to go through the entire game only selling weed, or you'll miss out on all the traveling customers. Now here's where the mixing really comes into play. On top of the drug they want, each group also has one, or sometimes several, favorite effects. And if your product has that effect, they'll pay you a fat bonus, like an actual big bonus. But here's the genius part. These favorite effects randomize every single time the group visits. That means you can't just figure out the meta, lock in the perfect recipe, and coast forever. One week they might be paying top dollar for schizophrenia, and the next visit they may want laxatives. So you're gonna have to stay on your toes and keep a few different mixes ready to go. It's the kind of thing that keeps mixing actually relevant deep into your playthrough, instead of something you just set and forget. And honestly, I think this is a really smart way to do it. And like I mentioned earlier, it's not a one-way street. These groups don't just take your product, they've also got some stuff to sell you. Each customer group will sell a specific, unique item that you can't get anywhere else in the game. And from what he told me, it's gonna be mostly cosmetic stuff. So the bikers may sell you a leather jacket, the party bus people may hook you up with a beer hat, maybe the businessmen give you a briefcase that acts as a melee weapon, or the hippies give you one of those funky looking skirts. You get the idea. Each crew's got their own exclusive drip, and if you're a completionist like me, you're gonna wanna catch every group just to get those special items, which conveniently gives you a reason to keep chasing these visits even after you're swimming in cash. But speaking of cash, let's talk numbers, or the numbers that we kind of have already. Now Tyler's still deciding exactly how much these groups will spend, so I can't give you an exact figure, but here's what I do know. There's gonna be roughly one customer group per week, and because they show up super rarely, each visit is designed to be significant. We're talking a real chunk of change, enough that they're meant to be a serious revenue source in the mid-game. He also briefly mentioned scaling their spending with your rank, so the higher level you are, the more they might shell out. Now the one thing that's still up in the air is how the budget actually works. It might be one combined budget for the whole group, or every single NPC in the crew might have their own individual budget. And let me tell you, if it's individual budgets, that completely changes the math. Because a party bus packed with 20 people who each have their own wallet, that's potentially an absolutely massive payday. Now, the last thing is, how will you even know when a group is on the way? Tyler is still figuring this part out too, but right now he has two options on the table. Option 1 is a short little cutscene that plays to announce their arrival. And option 2 is you just get a little text message a few days before they arrive. We're talking 2 to 3 days before the group actually rolls into town. Now my personal opinion is that I think it should be a mixture of both. The first time they come into town, maybe you get a short little cutscene, but every time after that, you just get a text message. Either way, you're gonna get a heads up, so you'll have plenty of time to whip up the right product, mix in the right effects, and make sure you're not caught slipping when a bus full of cash pulls up. And again, none of this is locked in yet, so don't be shocked if it looks a little different on release. Well, that's everything that I know about the Special Customers update so far. Roving crews, exclusive drip, randomized effects, and a fat new way to make money in the mid-game. Honestly, I think this might be one of the most fun additions we've gotten in a while, and the fact that Tyler trusted me with the early scoop means I'll be the first one breaking down all the details the second more info drops or the update comes out. So if you want to be the first to know everything about this update, or anything really related to Schedule 1, make sure you're subscribed. And let me know down in the comments which group you're most hyped for. Are you looking forward to the hippies, the businessmen, a biker, or are you getting on that party bus with me? Thank you all for watching, and as always, stay silly, y'all.